Hi everyone, welcome to Lucy Does Dabbleverse, the condensed edition.
Lucy does dabble, Lucy does dabbleverse, she does dabble, Lucy does dabbleverse.
We are going to be going through every single filing within the Stuttering John versus Karl and Shuli lawsuit, LOLsuit, whatever the heck you want to call it. We're going to go through each document individually because there's too much to talk about in any given document. I can't do it all in one video. So I thought you might like a little shorthand version. Today we're going to be starting out in the middle. We are starting out with the letter that Tabor Benedict, the lawyer for Stuttering John Melendez, filed on September 16th, 2025, which requests that the court not schedule any additional dates because he has to go travel to Italy, I don't know, did I make that up, with the love of his life, Natalie. It's a really weird request to make from the court. You don't gotta say all that shit, my dude. So what exactly is it that the better half of SJ's legal duo, Tabor Benedict, is trying to do here? Well, he's telling them that he's going to be taking some time off of work with Natalie, the love of his life. We all know that his MO is to file the corrected version of the corrected version of the corrected version of documents, so I can only assume that when he files the corrected version of this one, maybe he might be a little bit more honest and refer to her as Natalie, the woman I couldn't get rid of, or couldn't get rid of me. Why file this letter to the court at all? On the surface, it looks polite and simple. He's basically saying, let's avoid the whole shim-sham of rescheduling court dates to later and future dates, and I'll just tell you when I'm not available. Fair enough. He's not even asking for very much time, and realistically, there probably wouldn't be a hearing scheduled then anyway. But here's where it gets interesting. First, Tabor has this habit of wording his requests like they've already been approved. It's the legal equivalent of your employee popping their head into your office at 4:59 p.m. on a Friday and saying, oh, by the way, I'm going to be on vacation all of next week. Peace out, dude. Second of all, the judge does not care about Natalie at all. Why Tabor thought that it was necessary to drop her name is beyond me. This is the exact same guy who clumsily redacted his own witnesses' information in order to avoid doxing, yet he is fine with putting his wife's name in front of everyone? Weird, dude. Also, let's not forget, Tabor already used up one of his oopsies fixing past errors in the complaint. And now there are even bigger problems lurking within that complaint. Translation, no more mulligans. Same principle applies here. You only get so many lame excuses before the court stops listening to you, so maybe you should really think about when you want to have things adjourned. And speaking of SJ's dream team, what about the other half? Susser, the Great.
Susser!
Tabor is acting like this whole case would grind to a halt if he snuck off for a week. Wouldn't Susser be able to cover for him?
Susser!
Can't he hold down the fort for a couple of weeks? He hasn't said anything about him going on vacation, unless he's going with Natalie and Tabor, or if he is Natalie.
There's no way.
That would be a really crazy plot twist. I know that we can't write any of this stuff, but let's be honest. If it turns out that Susser is Natalie, it's not. Tabor posts pictures of Natalie all the dang time. Unless she's also AI. I don't know anymore. So what does this mean for everybody's favorite defendants, Karl and Shuli? Honestly, not much. The court hasn't even acknowledged the filing yet, and when they do, they're free to completely ignore it. Danny, Karl and Shuli's attorney, could also file a response pointing out the obvious. That if Tabor's absence hurts the defense, he objects. And honestly, Danny probably doesn't give a fuck about Natalie either. He's a professional attorney who cares about the work that he's doing. And there we have it. In closing, Tabor decided that the court needed to know all about his lovely little romantic rendezvous with Natalie. The lovely Natalie, I'm sure. Whether the court or anybody else gives a fuck remains to be seen. Will Karl and Shuli, through their attorney Danny, reply to this? I think that it's safe to say that they will, because it's just too good not to. Can't wait for the next one. I'm sure there's going to be filings soon. Bye-bye.